ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi ẹ káàárọ̀ o ẹ kú ojúmọ́ o mo kí gbogbo èèyàn ọmọ aládé ní pàtàkì àwa tá jọ ń jà fún ìdásílẹ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. Update nípa Biafra Nation mú wá fún yín o. Ó ṣeéṣe kẹ́ ti rí fídíò yìí, ó dẹ̀ ṣeéṣe kẹ́ má tí rí, tó bá wá jẹ́ pé ẹ wá ti rí àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yìí wà ń bẹ̀ tí mo mọ̀ pé ẹ tí gbọ́, tí màá wá fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ wò kẹ́ ẹ gbọ́ láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ dópin. Ìwọ tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ ajìjàǹgbara fún ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tájọ ń jà fún bá a ṣe máa kúrò lóko ẹrú, tó bá wo fídíò yìí mo mọ̀ wípé wàá wò láwò múra sílẹ̀ ni, kì í ṣe pé o máa wò láwò pàtì, wàá wò láwò múra sílẹ̀ gbáradì fóun tó ń bọ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà. Òwe àwọn àgbà kọ́ ni o, wọ́n ní èèyàn ló ń bẹ nídìí orò tó rò fi ń ké yùmùyùmù. Àṣé àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè yìí ló ń bẹ lẹ́yìn Biafra tí egun Biafra fi ń le. Ẹ máa rí wọn nínú fídíò yìí o, mo dẹ̀ máa fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ farabalẹ̀ kẹ́ ẹ gbọ́ ohun tí àwọn ará abí sọ. Àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè kì í ṣe gbogbo wọn bẹ̀ lára àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè tí Biafra fi dúró nídúró pé Nàìjíríà smell pepper, pé wọ́n á gbóòórùn dí wọn wò. Ṣé wọ́n sọ lẹ́rọ̀ pé wọ́n fẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ní rárá? Wọ́n ní èlé ni wọ́n ń fẹ́. Wọ́n ní àwọn náà ṣetán láti fún Nàìjíríà lélẹ̀ o, nítorí pé àwọn èèyàn tí ń bẹ nídìí ọ̀rọ̀ wọn tó fi ń ké yùmùyùmùyùmù. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi ẹ farabalẹ̀ dáadáa. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá wa tẹ́ ti ń gbọ́, tẹ́ ti ń wò ní wò pé àwọn wo ló ń bẹ lẹ́yìn àwọn arákùnrin nǹkan ń bẹ nídìí wọn. Ẹ farabalẹ̀, ẹ bá mi wo fídíò yìí kẹ́ jẹ́ ká jọ wò láwò múra sílẹ̀. Ẹ gbà. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi kì í ṣe wípé àwa Yorùbá Nation àwa náà ò láwọn tó ń bẹ lẹ́yìn wa o, kò kọ̀ tí ì tásìkò láti máa gbé wọn jáde. Ṣé mọ̀ wípé àwọn ọ̀dàlẹ̀ wọ́n pọ̀ ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ju ti ilẹ̀ Ìgbò lọ. Àwọn ọ̀dàlẹ̀ Ìgbò wọ́n ti fẹ́ pa wọ́n tán, àwọn tó kù nù ojú péréte. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ọ̀dàlẹ̀ tí wá ń bí àṣefọwọ́ ra wọn lórí ni, kò sí nǹkan tó tí ì ṣe wọ́n, eegun wọn ràn sí lójoojúmọ́ ni. So awádẹ̀rẹ̀ a ò fẹ́ tàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n àwa mọ̀ pé tó bá tásìkò fún ara wọn náà máa tẹ̀jẹ̀ ara wọn sílẹ̀ lágbára dẹ́dà ṣẹ̀dá láwọn tí wọ́n ṣe kíni o, tí wọ́n ń gbàbọ̀dẹ̀ fún wa ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi fídíò òun lẹ rí yẹn, ẹ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lé, kẹ́ ẹ sọ bó ṣe rí lójú yín, kẹ́ ẹ sọ èròǹgbà yín lórí àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí ẹ ti gbọ́ yìí. Ọba mi Èdùmàrè á dúró ti gbogbo wa o. Wọ́n ń sọ bí eré, wọ́n ń sọ bí ẹnà fún Nigeria government, ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n gbọ́n tí ikú. Kàkà tó yẹ kí Tinubu kó dá sóhun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà, wọ́n ní fighter jet ní Tinubu lọ ń rà kiri láti fi bá àwọn ará Abíjà tó yẹ kó ṣe kíni, kó free everybody, everybody máa bá tiẹ̀ lọ. Ẹ̀yin náà ṣáàrí orílẹ̀-èdè tí a tẹ́ ń wò náà ti bẹ́ẹ̀rí pé kò sí nǹkan kan bẹ̀ mọ́. Ìpànìyàn, ìpayín kéke àti ìdààmú níbẹ̀ lórílẹ̀-èdè náà. Kí ló wá ló dé tí Tinubu ọmọ olódò dẹ tí òpin orílẹ̀-èdè yìí kí oníkálukú máa bá tiẹ̀ lọ. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi ẹ bá mi share ètò yìí, ẹ bá mi pín kó dọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn ọ̀tọ̀kùlúùlù wípé kó bá Tinubu sọ̀rọ̀ kó pín orílẹ̀-èdè ní ìrọwọ́rọsẹ̀. Torí tí ogun bá ń jà ní ilẹ̀ Ìgbò, ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ má gbà pé ogun náà ò ní jà o, torí pé àwa kan náà ń bẹ táwa náà fẹ́ kúrò ní Nàìjíríà. Torí a ò ní fi ní káwọ́ gbéra kí Ìgbò lọ kí wọ́n tún so wá pọ̀ mọ́ Haúsá àbí kọ́ tún so wá pọ̀ mọ́ Fúlàní, kò ní jọra wọn o. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi ẹ múra lẹ̀ o, ogun bọ̀. Ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́.
That has failed, to exit Nigeria until now. So we decided to go into more organized liberation movement that will consolidate different mechanisms, political approach, diplomatical approach, and the defense approach, which is the armed struggle approach. We didn't, carry arms in the first place. It has become necessary for us to carry arms. So what we intend to do is that we have been able to lay this particular background and structure. The formation of the Biafra government in exile has given this foundation that is needed, that was lacking for decades. So we have opened several liaison offices across the world, getting ready for the restoration of independence of Biafra after the declaration in December 2nd. So on the 29th of November, from 29th of November to 3rd of December, we are going to have the second convention of the Biafra declaration in Finland. We had the first one in 2023, October, and that where we had some adopted some kind of resolution. We had what we call the Helsinki Declaration, which is the Charter of Biafra. We had alliance, which went into official alliance agreement recognition, the Amazonia, and after that, after the convention, we begin to activate the strategies that we have, which is the political approach. So on the 1st of February 2024, we started the Biafra self-referendum, organized by the Biafra government in the homeland and of course in exile. But one peculiar thing about us is that we have been able to form the Biafra de facto government in the homeland and created the 40 United States of Biafra, what has never been done since after the war. We have also been able to draw the Biafra map, undisputed, with the consent of the entire ethnic nationalities making up the entire Biafra state. So the map is there, the state structure, the government institution, all have been formed in the homeland, and it is the de facto government of Biafra. So we went into this self-referendum. In the first stage, second stage, we recorded about 30 million votes. We started with the electronic voting, and then we see how Nigeria was interrupting the voting. We decided to go physical voting by going into state by state, county by county, district by district. In all this, we have unit by unit. So the referendum is being conducted in the first stage of the referendum, the second stage of the referendum, and the third stage of the referendum. And the referendum is going to end on the 28th of November 2024, while the conference will start on the 29th. So we intend to announce the result of the referendum in Finland during the convention. We are also going to pass many resolutions and vote for it. We are expecting a reasonable number of delegates of Biafrans from all over the world to gather in Finland for this convention. And in this Finland, we will, after we have counted the number of the vote, number of the Biafrans that have given the Biafra government in exile and the homeland the mandate to declare their independence and fight for them. After we have counted this particular voting and the result will be announced. We will not only just announce the result, we will also publish every document that has to do with how the referendum was conducted for the world who care to know, those who care to know and who care to see it. And then after that, if the number of the vote is reasonable enough, the delegates that have come to Finland for this convention will vote for the approval, and on that approval, the declaration for the restoration of independence state of Biafra will follow. We are planning to issue this declaration on the 2nd December, which is the fourth day of the conference. After that, when we have done with the Finland Convention, we will now begin to approach Nigeria, which we know it is just going to be for formality. They will never accept anything democratic. They are not democratic in nature. They don't know even what is democracy. they do fraud in election, they kill people to become governors, they kill to become president. So they don't know what is a democracy. So we are now providing solution from what we have learned from the West, that indeed there are ways to conduct election without people getting killed. And you need to see the videos of the referendum voting in Biafra land, where people dress and come without nobody shouting because, of course, of the security situation and threat. You can't nobody making noise. Everybody come, make your vote, write your name, put your name down, because we have the record of everyone that voted. For the 30 million, we have the record, we have their names and everything. So when this happened, after this declaration, we will approach Nigeria and the request for the approval and recognition of the self-referendum. We will also do the same thing to African Union, to ECOWAS. All these things are just for formality. These are people who they have put in those positions to hijack the system for the interest of the tyrannic system and nomadic system of government. Most of the people you have in the ECOWAS and the AU are all appointed by the Nigeria state, especially those representing them there. The same thing is applicable to Eritrea. So they are loyal to the government that appoints them. And they are there not to defend the interests of the people, but to the interest of the political party and the interest of the presidents that appoint them and gave them the appointment. That is why Africa is failing today. Because it is all about the interest of those who appointed you, not the interest of the country, not the interest of the citizen, not for the interest of the society. So we know that our communication will not bring anything or any change, but rather we want to do it as a formality. After that, we will continue the delegitimization of Nigeria within Biafra territory. Because the only two things we want to achieve using this process is the legitimization of the Biafra government and the delegitimization of the Nigeria government. And this is going to be the beginning of the delegitimization and the beginning of the legitimization. The legitimization will follow and come in with the pursuit for international recognition, which is going to take time, which is the reason we are here discussing today, which is the reason we are coming in alliance with Eritrea, which is the reason now the like minds are coming together from abroad, from exile, to begin to bring change in Africa, to begin to push for a different democratic system that will benefit everyone, to bring Western civilization to Africa, where everybody can participate and voted for without getting killed. That's what the President Badran is fighting for. That's what I, Samaneka, is fighting for. And that's what everyone who is supporting this movement is fighting for. So we can have a better society to live without getting killed, without fear of getting kidnapped or abused. So after that, the delegitimization of Nigeria state will continue as we continue to push with our lobbyists in the Washington, D.C., making sure that America understands the need for Biafra to emerge as an independent state for their own interest too. It is not just about us. What we are doing now is for the interest of everybody. Nigeria continue to stay as a country is going to be a threat to everyone, every one of us, whether you like it or not. And it is already happening. And I believe that many of them who know about Nigeria knows exactly what I'm talking about. So Biafra becomes alternative to make sure that we have long-term solution to the upsurge of terrorists. And after that, the delegitimization of Nigeria continues. The fight for legitimization of the Biafra government will now take them to the second stage. Like Elias said here, we will continue to create awareness for the people in the United States, those who are in decision-making in the US, and of course in Europe as well and beyond, for them to understand that Biafra is the only alternative that will bring solution, bring peace, so that all this money they keep sending money to Africa, when Africa is actually richer than them in natural resources, but they are being mismanaged and all that. So you don't need to be sending aid to Africa. We don't need it. We don't need the aid. The aid is actually what is but so making all these people to be what they are today. So we don't need those aids. Rather, we need good governance, good democracy system, a true democracy. We need law and order, where the government will be held responsible when international law, international treaty is breached. Like Nigeria today, they go kidnapping, they go to Kenya to kidnap somebody, kidnap the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, and nobody has sanctioned them. Everybody is fine with it. That is not the kind of society we are fighting for. Nigeria have done this in the 80s. They went to London, to the United Kingdom, to kidnap somebody called Omar Diko. And the United Kingdom jailed every one of them that are involved. Today, look at where they are. They have not jailed anybody for kidnapping their own citizen in Kenya. And not only that, even their own citizen is still languishing in the DSS dungeon in Nigeria. And there is nothing have been done. Money have changed hand. Nigeria have bribed all of them, and nobody can talk. So we are not looking for that kind of system to continue to live in that kind of system. So what we are doing is that after this Finland Convention, where a lot of things will be unveiled, in alliances will be signed and all that, we will go into the next stage. As our lobbies are educating the United States policymakers, we will be busy delegitimizing Nigeria within Biafra land until our voice is heard by the highest authority. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We are going to fight our freedom from exile, and we are going to get this freedom from exile. You know, when we started this whole thing, we told the people that we will bring Biafra from diaspora. Some people did not know what we saw. You didn't know what we have seen then. When we were telling you that Biafra, we are going to bring it from diaspora, you don't know. It is happening today. We are going to fight Nigeria from afar. We are defeating them. We are defeating them. We will fight them. We will defeat them. Biafrans in Europe, I am very, very happy this evening to be in your midst. I'm very, very happy that the message of the liberation of Biafra is spreading across Europe and, of course, across the world. In Europe, from Austria to Belgium, from Belgium to Denmark, from Denmark to Finland, to France, to Germany, Greece, Ireland, Italy, Iceland, Israel, Malta, Netherlands, Norway, Portugal, Russia, Sweden, Spain, Turkey, and the United Kingdom, and of course, many more on the way. We are spreading like wildfire. My fellow Biafrans, it is no longer a news that the Biafra that we have all craved for many years is happening not just in our lifetime, but you are part and parcel of the liberation of Biafra, and you are part of the history. You are not going to be told the story. You are not going to be hearing the story from somewhere. It's just that you are part and parcel of this history I'm making today. And so if you find yourself in this particular midst of these history makers, you must be very, very proud. You should be proud and clap for yourself, because when every other person were very skeptical, always suspicious of Simon Ekpa, always finding fault on other people except themselves, you stood up, picked up the courage, and trusted me. And this is where we are today. So you don't know what you have done to yourself, but in the next 10 years, you will know that the decision you've made in 2021 or 22, or whenever you join, or 23, was actually the right decision that is shaping the history and the future of Biafra. When we started, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped and extraordinary rendition to Nigeria from Kenya. I told Biafrans that Nigeria has made the worst mistake in the history of Nigeria. And then, nobody knew what was actually coming. We started to pick the broken particles, one after the other. We picked the particles they broke after the kidnap from Kenya. We were bringing them together to form what you see today happening. How many of you have watched most of these sci-fi movies where
like the movie of Schwarzenegger or so, where the iron machine will be melting, and when you shoot at the machine, the policeman, the man will scatter, the gun will scatter the man, and then you need to come together, after melting, and then come back to life. That was actually what had happened in the Biafra struggle. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, the Nigeria government was bragging, and they were making press release, press conference, how Biafra has been crushed. I was watching and observing. And of course, because the people that we are dealing with, both in Nigeria and those that were in IPOB Nigeria, many of them were demons. I mean, demons is really demons. They started to go and do consultations to find out who Simon Ekpa is. And each time they make consultation, they always tell them, that guy is real. He's real. You need to stop him. You will need to stop him. And that was how the attack against me started. And the only reason was to stop somebody who is actually genuine, because they were never genuine. So I promised Biafrans that we are going to bring our freedom from diaspora. Many people still did not understand. Even many of you today who are here did not understand what I meant by that. That we will bring our freedom from diaspora. Because if you do not know where the rain starts to beat you, or how did they say it, you will never, know how rain is going to stop or where it is going to end. So what we did was to, first of all, study the situation of Nigeria, study how we can deal with these monsters and demons in the name of entity called Nigeria. And after solving the mathematics, we got the answer. We also know how to solve the mathematics. It's very, very easy. We went to work. We begin to gather all these particles together, which is some of you that are here today, you form major part of the particles. So Nigeria thought that the way it was designed, that they have made everybody poor, that nobody can ever rise again to challenge the entity terrorist state called Nigeria. And the least expected place was Biafra. The least expected region that could ever rise up to fight Nigeria is Biafra. Nobody believed today, then, that Biafra will pick up arms to defend themselves. They never believed. In fact, nobody ever believed that the situation, Nigeria thought they have actually conquered everything that, when you talk as a Biafran, they tell you about your business. They tell you about your properties. They tell you how are you going to eat. So Nigeria government has actually destroyed the future of an average Biafran. Not only an average Biafran, they have destroyed the future of those who even believe in Nigeria. What did we do? We noticed that that is the only weapon they have against us. And we went to work. We start reshaping the mind of our people. And what do they call it? They say brainwash. How will you not be happy if somebody brainwash you to be strong? How will you not be happy when somebody brainwash you to stand against your oppressor? Everybody will be very happy with that kind of brainwashing. But the elite, those enablers, are never happy with the way that every Biafran has actually waken up. The same people who, during the COVID-19, they gathered all the palliative and locked it up. Another region was enjoying palliative from the government, but none, not even one bag of rice were shared to the Biafra people. In fact, the minister, a woman that was in charge of the palliative then, even openly in public, said that the Biafra people will never receive any palliative. It is on record and the videos are there, that their people are living abroad. And so they receive money from their relatives. But not everybody in Biafra land have relatives abroad. But that was the conclusion of a Nigeria state over a people that they have refused to let go. So, you know, after all this, everybody will relax. Nigeria succeeded in making sure that something happened today. It's just 1 week. Everybody will forget about it. And they wanted to do it to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. After they kidnapped him, they wanted to make sure that, you know, nobody talked about him. So after I studied this thing, I said, what we are going to do is to make sure that the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will make sure that those who kidnap him will never, ever leave to tell the story. We started by making sure that those who were bragging about the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and how the Biafra movement have ended will be put to shame. We said that the kidnap is going to be very expensive. We started from there. Today, it is very, very expensive. Today, the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become the most expensive commodity, the most expensive movement, the most expensive project that Nigeria has ever embarked on. It has cost everything that Nigeria never expected. I didn't going to end there. I also promised Nigeria that the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will facilitate the Biafra to emerge as a nation. They thought it was a joke. So we used that kidnapping to become what we are today. That is the reason why Biafra is flying all over the world. And let me also tell you, I am aware that they have actually concluded to grant Mazi Nnamdi Kanu bail this month. We welcome that. Go and mark my word. We welcome that. I just want to put it on notice to every Biafran. We have two goals. One is to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by the activities of the Biafra government. Two is the Biafra freedom and the Biafra independence. That is the main goal. It was the reason Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. And so, after they have released him this month, we will go to the next stage. But I'm not going to talk yet until this bail is granted. I am also aware that I have even planned that the people that are going to come as a shorty after the bail has been granted this month will all be Northerners. I know that maybe after this now they're going to change it, but I don't want to talk much, you know, so that not to, you know, influence anything. But we are very, very much aware of what has been agreed on, and we are going to be waiting very patiently for that. So Biafra must be on standby. Once he is released, one of our objectives has been achieved. And then we go to the next one. And I believe you know what it means. So my fellow Biafran, today we have decided that the delegitimization of the Nigeria terrorist state within Biafra land will be taken to the next level. And that's why today we are locking down the Nigeria institutions in Biafra land, because it is this institution that generate money, they generate fund to fund the terrorism against our people. So we are fighting the source of the income of Nigeria. Not only that, if we are now an independent state, we are going to place sanctions on Nigeria. We impose economic sanction. And because we are not yet an independent state, we have to now figure out how to navigate this particular complex situation. Now we have navigated it. We have figured out how to impose the sanctions on Nigeria within Biafra land. And that sanction is the lockdown of every Nigeria institution for 30 days. Today is the 5th day. After these 30 days, and maybe they still did not release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on this particular September hearing, we will extend the lockdown of the Nigeria institution for 60 days. After 60 days, we will extend it to 90 days. I am telling you the fact. And this is going to continue until we will make sure that no office of Nigeria will be very, very opening in Biafra land. they will stay and they will be scared of staying in Biafra territory. That's our target, because you can never allow a terrorist state to breathe. No, we do not want to let them breathe even 1 minute, because 1 minute of breathing will bring arms to kill our people. So we will never allow them to breathe in Biafra land. So after these 30 days, we will give them maybe 1 week break, and we'll come again for 2 months. And let me tell you, we still have a long way to go. 25 days is still remaining from the 30 days. 25. It'll, those who think they have violated this particular order by the Biafra government will have themselves to blame. I am telling you the fact. So we will make sure that the delegitimization of Nigeria will continue to enter new dimension at every stage and every point in time. This stage 1 is this 30 days. And this will continue until we go to November, when our convention will start on the 29th of November in Finland. And of course, by then, you don't need to know, I don't need to tell you what will be happening in Nigeria. Because you know now they have seen the green light and they are running up and down, consulting with the European Union, consulting with whatever they are consulting with, and all that. They even agreed and have paid one country heavily to hack into my account. And the country actually collected the money to hack my phone, to hack my X account, to hack my email. And I tell them that I am in Finland, a nation of innovation and technology. If you can hack my phone and hack my email and hack my X account, then I know that Nigeria have actually done very well. That will never happen. So, but I'm aware that that is the plan, and they have paid money this week, last week, and we're waiting for them. So my fellow Biafrans, we are going. I just want to encourage all of you, stay very strong, do not panic. We have beaten Nigeria hands down. Nigeria can never rise again. And just like the pronouncement has been given, Nigeria is nosediving and have nosedived. Nigeria is a collapsed country, is a failed state. It has met every requirement as a failed state. I don't understand whether many of us actually know what failed state is all about. There are requirements that, category where you categorize, a state, and the state will become a failed state. Nigeria has met all these requirements as a failed state. They are now unable to solve their political and economic problem and crisis. And Biafra government is providing a solution to that. I am very, very happy that many of you that are here today are not just participants in what we are doing, that many of you are deep-rooted and have come to see and hear firsthand information about what the Biafra government is doing and what we are intending to do and how we are doing it. So you can also tell others. I'm happy that the United Kingdom, for example, had a workshop the other day where they were teaching about the IOU, where they were teaching about the ID card and all that. That means that you are not just a follow. You are also, into the government and knows what is going on. And that's exactly the way it should be. Those who are not yet conversant with what we are doing, you teach them, you tell them, you explain to them. When they have the question, you explain and answer their questions. So it is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. We will protect every Biafran anywhere in the world, irrespective of whether you have tied my name as a baby and was dragging it in the street of Italy and other parts of Europe. It doesn't matter, because I know those things doesn't touch me. You are just being ignorant of who is Simon Ekpa, and then you were misbehaving. So many people who were doing incantation with my name and all that, we even gave them followers in their platforms. When they blocked all their platform, we created and asked people to go and follow them. Biafra went and followed them. So if they have succeeded in silencing Simon Ekpa today, where would they be? What is going to be their? They will just realize now, we did not know, we would have just allowed that guy. But the point is that, I came to this struggle prepared. I came to this struggle. When I mean prepared, I came prepared. And it's just that many people don't know. If you think you can bring Simon Ekpa down, you waste your time. You just disgrace yourself, and Simon Ekpa will continue to stand very strong. When I joined this struggle, I did not join to romance Nigeria. I did not join this struggle to start looking at faces. I joined this struggle with Iwe and Onuma. I am telling you the fact, and I've said this several times. Many people don't understand what is Iwe and Onuma. Iwe and Onuma is the highest degree of anger. That's why I joined this struggle with. And I did not come to romance Nigeria. I come that Nigeria will end. I come that there will end the Usman Danfodio legacy. That legacy that every time they will be talking about Usman Danfodio, you would think that Usman Danfodio, manufactured an aeroplane. You would think that Usman Danfodio manufactured a car. Or he invented one inhaler machine or something like that. No. Usman Danfodio have a legacy for killing northern Nigeria, for killing Hausas, conquering them, and turn them into what you see today, Hausa Fulani. That is the legacy that Usman Danfodio brought to northern Nigeria. And today, they have Usman Danfodio University. They are using him as, that is what they continue that particular legacy. That is the reason why the Fulanis are killing innocent Christians in the northern Nigeria and the Middle Belt. It is to continue the Usman Danfodio legacy. And I am here to end it. I will end it. The end of Usman Danfodio legacy will start from this year. Because what I am telling you, go and mark it. It will start from December 2nd. Once we exit Nigeria, that legacy is gone. Completely gone. Because they will not have any other place to conquer. Is it us that you are going to cross our border to come and start saying you want to conquer Biafra? We did not conquer us when we were in Nigeria. It's not going to be possible. Another thing is that Biafras have seen that we have a map. That map has not been disputed by anybody. That is to show you how far we have gone. I am still waiting for the intellectuals, as our leader used to call them, to come and debate or dispute the map of Biafra. And we have administrators, every person have voted in all these 40 states. It is not, nobody is disputing it. And that should be, and I know that is what is actually worrying these people. Because how did this guy come up with map? I did not come up with any map. The people themselves were the one who have, presented their map to Biafra government, and we did not impose any map on anybody. That is the good thing about consultation and, of course, using a true democratic process to liberate the people. That's what we have done. And that is exactly what the multidimensional approach means. Exploring every approach, every possibilities from every context, from every, from every solution that you can think of. And that's why we are using this multidimensional approach, the political approach, diplomatic approach, and armed struggle approach. When they hear armed struggle, you want to carry arm against Nigeria, where are they today? When we started, all of you, when we started, where do you have the arms? Where is the money? What is happening today? And we are just starting. That's why I told them, you can never defeat this army of Biafra. Never. Not in this generation, not in generation to come. Not what Ojukwu and the Biafra army did in the 67 we were doing. We have learned our lesson. We dictate how we're going to fight you, and we are fighting you the way we want. And there is nothing you can do to change the tactics of this fight. That is one thing I trust about the Biafra Defense Forces. Well grounded in what we are doing. When instruction is given, they know exactly what to do. So you can never defeat us this time around. We will fight you until, even if it is one person that is remaining, not from the Biafra side, though, because we can never remain. It can never go bad that we are going to fight until we remain one. Never. But you see, Nigeria terrorist forces, we will fight them until they remain one. And that one will be buried alive. Thank you very much. Biafra will come. You either allow us to go in peace, or you are going to remain pieces and Biafra will still go. And you see this thing we are asking now, that you must recognize the Biafra referendum. It is going to end in the round table when the stupid and foolish ones have died in Biafra land. Because many of those soldiers, those terrorists they are sending, they are going to die, all of them in Biafra land. You cannot just come to kill us and we'll watch you and fold our arms to watch you kill our women and children. It's not possible. So you will die in Biafra, and your spirit will never be alive to witness the round table discussion of how they are going to accept the referendum of Biafra and how Biafra will come. because it is going to come and it is going to happen. Everything happening today will end up in a round table. And we have prepared for that. I am telling you. We have given an offer, very reasonable offer, engage Finland to come as a mediator. That offer is on the table. We have also offered them even flight ticket and hotel to come and be an observer for the Biafra's convention in Finland. Since they say that Simon Ekpa is unreachable, it's an opportunity for them to come. That offer has been given. It shows that somebody is reasonable. And the only people that are reasonable is the Biafra government, not the Nigeria. Because they feel that they are untouched. They feel that they cannot talk to anybody. They feel that they can use gun and bullet to suppress us like they do to every other thing that try to rise in Nigeria. And I'm telling them today that with the gun and the barrels of the gun, you can never defeat us. The more you bring gun, the more stubborn and the more strong we become. I am telling you the fact. So you can never defeat us. But you see, after the foolish people have died, the remaining one will still come to the table and we are going to discuss the partition of Nigeria and Biafra. Thank you very much. May God bless all of you in Europe.
Ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi, kì í ṣe wípé àwa Yorùbá nation, àwa náà láwọn tó ń bẹ lẹ́yìn wa o. Kò kọ̀ tí ìtàsíkò láti máa gbé wọn jáde. Ṣé mọ̀ wípé àwọn ọ̀dàlẹ̀ wọ́n pọ̀ ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ju ti ilẹ̀ Ìgbò lọ. Àwọn ọ̀dàlẹ̀ Ìgbò wọ́n ti fẹ́ pa wọ́n tán. Àwọn tó kù nù ojú péréte. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ọ̀dàlẹ̀ tí wá ń bí àṣefọwọ́ ra wọn lórí ni. Kò sí nǹkan tó ti ṣe wọ́n. Egun wọn ràn sí lójoojúmọ́ ni. So awádẹ̀rẹ̀ a ò fẹ́ tàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n àwa mọ̀ pé tó bá tásìkò fún ara wọn náà máa tẹ̀jẹ̀ ara wọn sílẹ̀. Lágbára dẹ́dà ṣẹ̀dá láwọn tí wọ́n ṣe kíni o tí wọ́n ń gbàbọ̀dé fún wa ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi, fídíò òun lẹ rí yẹn. Ẹ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lé. Kẹ́ ẹ sọ bó ṣe rí lójú yín. Kẹ́ ẹ sọ èròǹgbà yín lórí àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí ẹ ti gbọ́ yìí. Ọba mi Èdùmàrè á dúró ti gbogbo wa o. Wọ́n sọ bí eré, wọ́n sọ bí ẹnà fún Nigeria government. Ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n gbọ́n tí ikú. Kàkà tó yẹ kí Tinubu kó dá sóhun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà, wọ́n ní fighter jet ní Tinubu lọ ń rà kiri láti fi bá àwọn ará Abidjan tó yẹ kó ṣe kíni kó free everybody, everybody máa bá tiẹ̀ lọ. Ẹ̀yin náà ṣáàrí orílẹ̀-èdè tí a tẹ́ ń wò náà ti bẹ́ẹ̀rí pé kò sí nǹkan kan bẹ̀ mọ́. Ìpànìyàn, ìpayín kéke àti ìdààmú níbẹ̀ lórílẹ̀-èdè náà. Kí ló wá ló dé tí Tinubu ọmọ olódò dẹ tí òpin orílẹ̀-èdè yìí kí oníkálukú máa bá tiẹ̀ lọ. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi, ẹ bá mi share ètò yìí. Ẹ bá mi pín kó dọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn ọ̀tọ̀kùlúùlù wípé kó bá Tinubu sọ̀rọ̀ kó pín orílẹ̀-èdè ní ìrọ̀wọ́rọ̀sẹ̀. Torí tí ogun bá ń jà ní ilẹ̀ Ìgbò, ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, ẹ má gbà pé ogun náà ò ní jà o. Torí pé àwa kan náà ń bẹ táwa náà fẹ́ kúrò ní Nàìjíríà. Torí a ò ní fi ní káwọ́ gbéra kí Ìgbò lọ kí wọ́n tún so wá pọ̀ mọ́ Hausa àbí kó tún so wá pọ̀ mọ́ Fúlàní. Kò ní jọra wọn o. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi, ẹ múra lẹ̀ o. Ogun bọ̀. Ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́.